Hi there, Beckie Belote from Creative Memories in Newport News, Virginia. And it's the week of Thanksgiving. So I felt called to talk a little bit about gratitude. But I talked about that in the blog. So really what I want to just do is give you some scrapbooking tips right now. But I hope you'll go read my blog. So we're going to make a really cool page today. I am going to be using the Dine border maker punch and also the circle cutter. All right, if you have the other circles, it's going to work with that. This particular skill I think will work with the jumbo circle. If you have the plastic templates, I think it'll work with that too. I haven't tried it, but I'm quite confident that it will. All right, so let's just jump right into it. And let me see if I can see what you're seeing. All right. Oh, and so last week I told you guys that I thought everybody should have 2 mats. And I had somebody immediately say, well, I want to know why we need 2 mats. And I don't know about you, but I always, when I'm working at home, I work on double page spreads. And so let's say I was going to put a little border right here on the right side. I could look to see exactly what point that is, like it's at, you know, at 0.6, where it starts. So when I build the other one, I can immediately go down to 0.6 to build that. So it's really important that your measurements in the middle match. So if you look at my board, it starts at 0, 1, 2. So the numbers are the same, so I don't have to convert for measuring. And so what somebody at my team meeting mentioned that she does is she actually puts duct tape on the back to hold them together. And so when she packs up, she just closes it up and throws it in her bag. This other little thing that somebody told me that they did is, you know, the cardboard that comes out of any of our supplies, they put that just on the edge like this. Can you see it? No, you cannot. So let me just scoot this over for a second. Put it on the edge, and that way when they go to use their tape runner on something, they can put it on the cardboard so it doesn't stick to their mat. Like if you look close at my mats, this one in particular, it's pretty dirty because I keep forgetting and I keep working on my mat. You can get it off, but it's just not fun to get off. It takes a while. You can kind of rub it off. So anyways, I wanted to share that tip for you all at home, and hopefully you'll really like that. And thank you, Lisa, for sharing that at the last team meeting. I love working with my team. They think I really help them, but they really help me too. I think we're a great team. We support each other a lot. All right, so let's jump right into this. I'm going to actually work on this mat because I'm not making a double page spread. I'm just demoing something super cool. So what I'm going to do, I am going to grab my circle maker. You can decide whatever size circle you want. I think I maximized this, which means I made it the biggest possible circle. So I just put it all the way at the end. When you do that, you really want to make sure your paper is in the middle of your 13 by 13 inch mat so that you can ensure that this right here is in the middle. There's lines here and here that I want to line up with the 6s here and here, the top and the bottom. Let me scoot it up maybe a little bit. I don't know. I might have to go higher. Hopefully this will help. Well, anyways, these little arrows are pointing to my 6s, and then the sides here, I also want those pointed at the 6s. And even if I think I'm right, I'm going to put my hand here. I'm not pushing down. I'm going to make sure that these 2 little things right here fall on top of the paper. If they do not, what is going to happen is I'm going to have a flat edge on my circle. I feel like I have more space at the bottom, so I'm going to move this down here. I feel like I have more space on the right, so I'm going to move this here, and then I'm going to double check. Good, good, good. All right, so now when I'm ready to cut, I want to push in the little white knob here and apply pressure and go all the way around to get my nice circle. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our circle in half. And you could actually cut your circle if you want to at this point. I'm not. The only reason why I'm not going to do it at this point is if I did cut it, it might not be really straight. It would probably be straight enough. And this is actually going to cut it when I use it. So this particular punch, well, you're going to see what happens. So this is the border punch. I'm going to line up the edge of my circle with that. And I'm just going to go cut it up. If you haven't used our border punch before, you are lining up things so that you do not see any blue in the holes. You see how you see blue there? Oops, you don't see anything. See how you see blue in this little hole? You're not supposed to. You're supposed to cover what you cut so that the blue disappears. All right, so now that you know that little trick, I'm going to go flying through this to finish this border. When you do this, by the way, make sure you like the front with the back of the paper. In other words, the front and the back are going to be touching, so you want them to look good together. Let me get the little scraps out of the way. So what you're going to see now is I have on this side of the paper, and look how stinking cute this is going to look. Oh, I forgot to tell you. On this particular punch, not all of them, sometimes the punch falls right off. This one, they come attached like this. So at this point, you want to grab your scissors and just snip it right down the middle. It's really easy because it's creased where you bent the paper, so you know exactly where to cut. And if you're not perfectly straight, no one's going to know. If you had cut the paper to begin with, these would have not been attached. So that's kind of up to you. I decided that it's easier to do it this way for me. All right, and then I can lay that on top, and then we have a beautiful plate and forks and spoons for your Thanksgiving dinner. So let me show you a completed page. By the way, before I go to the completed page, any of these border punches are going to do beautiful for this. It's very important that you have plenty of contrast between your two pieces of paper, front and back. You can do it with any size circle. You can even do it with your border maker cartridge. If you were going to do it with your border maker cartridge, what you would do, and again, it's up to you whether you want to cut the paper first or not. I didn't. And then you would then put it in your border maker cartridge just like you would any piece of paper, not worrying that it doesn't fill the whole tray. And then you could then go through with your border maker and do the same thing, all right? If the border doesn't fall off, like this one fell off of the paper, if the border doesn't fall off, that's okay. What you can do is score it and fold it back to get the same effect. So I'm going to show you all of these different looks. I hope that you like this, and I hope that you will try it ASAP. So if you came to my crop on Friday and Saturday, you already saw this technique, but I thought all of our other friends that weren't there might appreciate it, and it was just such a timely thing. So I did this one with the border maker cartridge, the new one that's called Mirrored Scallop. I had an 8-inch circle on this one. So an 8-inch circle, I folded it in half. I put that folded circle into my border maker like I just explained, and then I used the mirrored triangle to punch it out. It does fall off, so there's no trimming on this one. It falls off, and so you get this look. Is that absolutely beautiful? All right, and you get two, so you'll have one for the other side as well. All right, let's see what else I've got to show you. What about this one? Now this one I also think, you know what? I think I did probably like just a 10-inch circle on this one. Hopefully, let me scoop my mat back over. I have a love-hate relationship with my camera. So this was with the line called Keep the Faith. It's a Christian line. It has some beautiful scriptures in there. It's motivational. Up at the top here, you can see I used the nativity with a piece of paper. It was dark on one side, light on the other. So I cut probably a 10-inch circle, fold it in half, used the nativity. It did not fall off like the last one did. So what I did is I scored and then fold the paper back. So the folded paper is folding over this white here so that you can see the nativity. Is that pretty? Okay. This scripture is from the Mat Pack, and as is this. These are just cut strips of paper here. This is from the Mat Pack here. I love the Mat Packs. The Mat Packs, the papers, the mats, they coordinate with the papers in the pack, and that way you don't have to cut up your paper in order to mat beautifully like this. All right, next we have one that I made with the Snowbound collection. This is our newest paper collection, probably until the first week of December. It's our newest one. And on this one, I did a smaller circle. It was probably like maybe a 6-inch circle. And I cut with the border cartridge. I think it's called Treetops or Tree Line, I think. And then I scored it and folded it back. So if I opened this up, you would see that this was one circle. So I just folded that back to get that look. I used our gemstone patterns to do this beautiful little drawing box. This is stickers. This is from the layered embellishment pack here. Super pretty. All right, and last but not least, the page that I promised you. This one I used navy cardstock and the Keep the Faith line also. And I used it because of the colors. The colors are beautiful for Thanksgiving. But I also used it because in the Mat Pack, they have a couple of these mats that say feeling blessed because. So I thought it would be just perfect on Thanksgiving to show what we're grateful for there. Notice that I did face these circles towards the middle, but it would look just as beautiful at different locations around your page. So hopefully you like that look. And we'll try it. This, again, is called the Dine punch, and that punch is still available. If you like the idea, you have the paper that you want to use, but you don't have the Mat Pack, and you're ready to do your page, another great idea is to use our lined paper. We have lined paper in the natural color, which is my favorite because it looks kind of beigey, and we don't have really a color this color in our cardstock. One side is solid, so you could use it for matting, or you could use it for lines. And I like it because I can make the journal box the size that I want. So when I made this journal box, I actually wrote first, and then I cut it out. So that's another great option that you can do. And then I could just plop that here instead of the pre-made one. Okay? Do you like it? I hope you do, and I hope you'll go try it. I do want to wish everybody a very joyous and safe and delicious Thanksgiving. And I want to thank you for watching me. Y'all have a great week now. Bye.